I thought me and Charles were so much more real than that. Like, I really felt like we had something. I'm gonna insert some pictures now. Warning, they might be a little bit graphic. Hey guys, it's me, and today I will be telling you a story about something that happened to me 2 nights ago. Last night. Something that happened to me last night. I haven't come up with the title of this video yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be something along the lines of a story time, because that's technically what this is. But I would just like to clarify that what I'm about to say in today's video is 100% not a story. This is a real life experience that actually happened to me last night.
I am 14 and apparently I don't know the definition of a story. Why did I think it was fiction only?
Before I can begin telling this story, I have to give a little bit of a backstory, and this part's going to be boring, so I'm going to try to keep it short, but in order to understand the main part of the story, you need to know the backstory. Basically, like any child growing up, I've always begged my parents for a pet. When I was in first grade, it was a hamster, and then when I was in second grade, it was a dog. Since then, all the way up till now, or actually all the way up till a few months ago, it's been rotating between a dog and a cat, a dog and a cat. Personally, I'm more of a cat person, but a dog would have been perfectly fine for me too. However, we were never able to actually get a pet nor raise a pet because we rented a house and the landlord, he never let us actually have any pets. But this past summer in 2020, we moved and, well, we still rent a house, but this landlord actually lets us have a pet. That last bit's kind of confusing. But the point is, I'm finally allowed to have a pet now at age 14. However, my dad claims he's allergic to cats, even though I've never actually seen any proof of that. But getting a cat was out of the question. And getting a dog, well, we don't have a big backyard, and a dog takes a lot of time and commitment, and I feel like that'd be kind of hard to, have as a first pet. So I decided on a hamster. About 3 months ago, I brought the idea up to my parents, and I literally begged them so hard to let me get a hamster, and they agreed. Like the good child I was, that was so gross. Like the good child I was, I did my research online.
Which type of hamster to get, what type of housing they need, all the characteristics and all the work that goes into raising a hamster.
And I had decided that I was actually going to get 2 hamsters because I read online that for the specific type of breed that I wanted, if you got like only one of them, it would basically get like depressed and it would like get like fat and overweight, and it would have shortened its lifespan, which is already 2 years, which is not a very long time. But that's not the point. The point is I'm finally able to get these hamsters. That was 3 months ago, and since then, like I said, I've been preparing for my hamsters to come because, I couldn't just go get the hamsters. I had to prepare. It's shelter. I have insert an image. It's an amazing house that I got and prepared for these hamsters. And I got all its food. I got all its bedding. I even got it treats. The only thing that I'm missing is these hamsters.
Are these hamsters? Dude, I'm literally in high school.
And we've been, saying, okay, this weekend we're going to go get the hamsters, but then something comes up and we've been pushing it back and back and back. Yesterday afternoon, my mom and I went to Walmart, and on the way back, I was like,
can we just go to the pet store and like get hamsters? Because like we've been putting it off for so long and I already have everything prepared for them. Like, why are we even waiting?
And my mom was like,
all right, fine.
So it was like a mediocrely spontaneous decision because we didn't plan to get the hamsters yesterday, but we just went anyways. We went to the first PetSmart. They didn't have the type of hamsters I want, so we left. We went to another PetSmart and they didn't have the type of hamsters, so we left. And we were looking and we were like, oh, what about Petco? They're another pet store that, kind of has pets. So we were, searching on our phones for a Petco, and we found a Petco. However, it was like a Petco Unleashed, And, you know, we don't have any pets. We don't have experience with pet store. So we said, all right, let's just go check it out. We get to this Petco Unleashed store. We go in and we find out it's not actually like a pet store. Like it's a pet store, but they don't sell any actual pets. They just sell pet supplies like food, litter, like leashes and stuff like that. While walking out, we saw this actual live pet inside this pet store that supposedly doesn't sell any real life pets. So it was a cat and it was up for adoption. So we went to go take a look at it because we were like, why not? We're already here and there's this cute, adorable cat just sitting, and it was so sad. It was like sitting alone in this box, like on this like shelf or whatever. I don't know. I'll insert a picture if I can find one on the internet. But it was so unbelievably sad. So we decided to go look at it. Like, even though we obviously knew we weren't going to get a cat. This cat was so unbelievably adorable. His name was Charles, and he had like a white belly, and he had like the middle inside of his face was white, and he had like white paws, and like the rest of him was like his tail and back and arms and stuff was like, and his like legs and stuff. He was like, oh my god, he was such like a perfect cat. He was like black and like gray, like he was like not black, but he was like grayish, almost greenish, like a mix of different colored furs, and he had like dusty green eyes, and he was like the most adorable cat ever. And it was so sad because he was trapped in like that little box, and I think like me and my mom, we really felt bad for him, even though my mom's always been kind of like scared of cats because she thinks they're unpredictable. But he was like the cutest thing, so we went to go look at him. And if you've been inside a pet store, you know that like these animals up for adoption, they have like, they're in like a, like not a box, but they're in like a shelf, like a square shelf. And like the front of it, it's like, I don't think it's glass, I think it's plastic, but it's like clear so you can like see the animal, right? And around the plastic, there's a bunch of like holes. Like, once again, I'll insert an image if I can find it. But there were all these little holes, so like I guess the cat could breathe. Once we got there, I put my hand up against the glass, like the middle part of the, like not glass, the middle part of the plastic that was like full. I put my hand up against the freaking plastic, and Charles the cat like put his little paw like in my like hand, but like we were through the plastic, you know, but it was so freaking cute. And then I was like, oh my god, like, oh, Charles! Like, Charles was making my heart melt. And then there's like the little holes, right? So I put my hand, I was kind of scared because I don't want to be scratched. But I put my hand up against the holes, and then freaking Charles put his hand like through the hole, and we were like actually touching, and he was the cutest thing ever. And then I was like, oh my god. So I like put my hand back a little bit, and he stuck his paw out through the hole. Like, his paw just perfectly fit through the hole. And then I held his hand. We were holding hands. My hand was like this. Okay, can you guys see it? My hand was like this, and his paw, I'm just gonna use 2 fingers because his paw was so unbelievably small. But his paw was like here on my hand, and my thumb was on his paw, and we were like holding hands, and his paw was like so warm and white. Like, not warm in a gross, creepy, weird way, but it was like kind of cold outside. So his paw was like warm, and my hand was like touching the top of his paw, and it was like, because I guess he was like in adoption, so his like, he wasn't like properly like obviously he was properly cared for, but he wasn't like cared for to the max. So like his hair was kind of like longer than it like a normal cat, I guess, and he was so freaking fluffy. Oh my goodness. Like, I fell in love with this cat, and my mom was obviously like right behind my shoulder watching this little electricity chemistry come up behind us. And I looked at her, and then her eyes were like so big, and she had like a little pout going on. So like I felt like she was really warming up to Charles, and And it looked like we were, like, even though my dad probably would have killed us, but we almost probably would have gotten Charles. And then, so I'm looking at my mom, and we're like, oh my, and we're like, we're not talking, but like, you know, that kind of like chemistry that goes between people when you're like looking at each other and you kind of like know what each other are saying without like actually saying anything. But I'm like looking at my mom, and I'm basically like saying slash thinking like,
Yo, can we get freaking Charles? Look at this cat. He's like my freaking soulmate.
like the chemistry between Mia and Charles was freaking immaculate. So I was looking at my mom, and my mom was feeling so bad for Charles because he's trapped in this box and he's like the most adorable cat ever. But I'm looking at my mom, and then I turn around and Charles is sticking his little paw out through the hole again. And I go up to touch Charles, and you may have realized as I've been demonstrating and talking this whole time that there's, I don't know if it's focusing, but there's a freaking Band-Aid on my hand. And that's because right when I went to go touch Charles again, the dude freaking scratched me. Yeah, he scratched me. I'm gonna insert some pictures now. Warning, they might be a little bit graphic for some viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. I don't know if I pronounced the word right, but here you go. Like, look, Charles freaking scratched me. I reached out to touch his paw, and the dude went rawr and scratched me. I got assaulted by a cat named Charles. He scratched me. And, you know, like, obviously cats scratch and stuff like that, but I thought me and Charles were a lot closer than that, to the point where Charles didn't have to scratch me. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
and I was like so shocked and stuff. And there was like, okay, it wasn't, what's the word? A flesh wound. Like, it didn't make me bleed. But when I got home, my mom made me put the scary stuff in the brown bottle on it, like the liquid that makes it bubble and hurt. And it wasn't like, there was no blood, it wasn't red or anything. But when I put the brown liquid on it, or it's like clear liquid, but it comes in a brown bottle. When I put that stuff on it, it hurt like a bitch. So I don't know, you tell me, do I have rabies? I don't know what kind of diseases Charles could have given me. Like, it didn't make me bleed, but still, and the paper on the box that describes Charles, like, it has his, like, gender and name and stuff. It says he was neutralized. I think that means vaccinated. But my point is, Charles disappointed me, and he scratched me, and it hurt. I'm so very disappointed in Charles. And, you know, I feel like we really could have, you know, brought Charles home, but the dude freaking scratched me and betrayed my trust. He's a little traitor. Like, I'm just so disappointed in Charles. After that, my mom was really scared, so she pulled me out of the store. And I was really upset because I kind of missed Charles. Like, you know, it's kind of like one of those, like, I love you, but I can't love you type of situations because, like, I don't know. Have you ever seen, oh my gosh, have you seen that movie on Netflix? It's about Ted Bundy. It's like a remake with Zac Efron and Lily Collins. Extremely wicked, shockingly evil and vile. That movie where it's like she loves him, but like she can't because he's a freaking serial killer. It's like me with Charles. I'm she, and Charles is Ted Bundy, except Charles is not a serial killer. Charles is a scratcher. And, you know, you might say, Jessica, you're exaggerating all of this. Cats scratch. That's what cats do. Yeah, well, I thought me and Charles were so much more real than that. Like, I really felt like we had something. And then, like I said, the dude betrayed... I can't freaking talk. Like I said, the dude betrays my trust. After that, we ended up going home because we had nowhere else to go, and, you know, we went to all the nearby pet stores. But I'm just gonna say, I'm really disappointed in last night as a whole. Not only did I not get my pet hamsters that I was looking forward to getting, but I got, you know, assaulted by a cat named Charles. Life is disappointing. The moral of the story is... Okay, so there's no actual, like, moral of the story, but if you're, you know, looking to adopt a cat, and you're in the LA area and you go to a Petco Unleashed and the cat's name is Charles and he looks really cute, Don't trust him because looks are deceiving. Like I always thought I was a cat lady. Like I feel like I have a really, or I thought I had a really good connection with cats. Like I thought we just kind of vibe together or something. But I guess Charles really put me in my place. Like I always thought I was gonna be a cat lady. Well, I am a cat lady, but I thought I was gonna be that cat lady when I was old. Like I would live at the end of the block in like this tiny little house with like 10 million cats, just living out the rest of my life with these cute little animals. But now Charles, okay, actually no, I still kind of really like cats a lot, but I just don't like Charles cuz like he's so disappointing. Like I thought I was going to go far in life with Charles, and he ended up giving me this. Okay, if I'm being honest, this it's really a flesh wound and it doesn't really hurt. The band-aid's only here for dramatic purposes. But you get the point. Don't trust a cat named Charles.